Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the reading for the Taurus full moon and the lunar eclipse. So I'm just going to wait until some people come on, make sure everybody can hear me okay, and then I will go in with things I've been being told. And there's quite a lot at this as well. So people are starting to come in there. If you're in, if you can hear me, could you please let me know? Yeah. Hey, Evolving Love. People are coming in there. Thank you. Hi, Sandra. Right. Okay. So how has everybody been? Because what a crazy, crazy time it's been. Hi, Hollow. Yeah, so I done the last video. I done it early. I was told to do it early. And then yeah, everything just went crazy. It all makes sense now why it does. But I am no longer in Memphis. I am back in the UK. I'm back in Newcastle. Kind of laid low for a couple of weeks. I had to quarantine and everything. And what a very, very bizarre time it is. So, like I say, we had the Scorpio moon. Tomorrow we have the Taurus full moon. And there's a lot of things coming through with this. I haven't got notes. There's just been so much coming. So I'm just going to completely freestyle it. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. So first of all, I've been talking to so many people within my coaching, within daily life, all over the world, friends that I have had who all are going through very similar. This is quite a dark time. Okay, now some of us like the dark, but whether we like it or not, it is essential. You know, we need night as well as we need day, otherwise we wouldn't rest. So we've got to actually, like I say, we talk about delving into our shadows, but this is all about almost letting our shadows come to the surface. Now, it's been gnarly. I mean, it has been really fucking gnarly, you know. I've probably been at what do I want to say this? I was talking with my coach last night and it was about vulnerability, okay? And I will say that in this last 2 weeks, I have been the most scared, I have been the most lost, and I have been the most kind of doubting that I have been in probably the last 20 years. We are going through a 19-year cycle as well, so that probably makes sense, but it has been tough. Now, when I've sat with Spirit, I sat the other day and I said, I was talking to my aunt and I said, oh, I'm totally disconnected from Spirit. And Spirit just said, no, you're not. You're disconnected from yourself. So I was like, all right, okay. That's me telt. So, yeah, what I'm being told and what I'm being shown about this time is that we're really, really digging down to the surface. I mean, I know I've talked about it in the past and go into your shadows and la-di-da-di-da and all of that. This is a massive, massive soul calling for us, okay? We're going to get our arse kicked. The more we are not doing what they're showing us to do, the more they're going to kick our arse, okay? We cannot get out of this. We cannot swerve from it. We cannot hide from it. There is no way out. Otherwise, got to go through it. And the only way we can go through it is to feel our way through it. And this means feeling all of that shit, all of that pain that we've suppressed for years, okay? Years and years and years. And it's coming up and it's horrible. And when I look at it, it's like, it's black, it's tar, it's like, it's not good at all, man. But it is coming up to be purged, okay? We've got to release it. And the only way we can release it is to feel it. So expect to feel shitty, okay? If it hasn't already started, expect to feel uncomfortable. The other night, I was sitting inside of my body. I was so uncomfortable. I was like, I just want to get out. And I feel it was like, it was almost like I don't belong here. Where do I belong? I don't belong on this earth. I want to go back to where I know it all makes sense. So I had to sit with that squirming and that uncomfortableness, because I knew if I tried to mask it, then, it was only going to persist. Okay, so what we resist persists. What we actually bring forth is what is going to save us. So when I'm laughing here because it's the absurdity of it. Because none of it is real. This is going to be such a video, this. I don't even know where I'm going. Probably the men in white coats will come and pick me up from this. But this is almost like our soul's mission, our soul's knowing. It knows why we're here. It's signed up, to be here, to incarnate at this time. But this human experience that we're having, we need to go to the depths. We need to feel it. Now, you will feel alone, okay? If you don't, then that's absolutely great. But I would say that most people during this time, or this last couple of weeks, or, the next week or so, will feel very alone. They will feel misunderstood. They will feel as if everything that they have ever looked to for security and support is fallen away. Okay, it's like our normal coping mechanisms, our support network, our tools that we've got that keep us, all love and light and keep us in alignment. They're gonna go. We're gonna be like stranded, going, what the actual fuck? Okay, and that is okay. This is exactly what we're meant to do. Now, this is saying, it's like we need to realize, right? Okay, they're saying here we need to realize that we are totally alone to understand that we are all one. That makes sense. And we need to just breathe. We need to breathe our way through this, okay? If we're still breathing, we're still here. We're getting through it. So it doesn't matter how uncomfortable it feels, how dark it seems. There is light. We just might not see it now. We're not there at this moment to practice love and light, okay? We've got to go into that dark place, because that is where we're going to get our freedom. Now, this lunar eclipse that we have tomorrow is in Taurus. And, it's a Taurus full moon. So as we go into, I think it's the end of January, the nodes are changing. Now, the last 2 years or so, we have been in Gemini, Sagittarius, and Gemini is very heady. It's very air. Look at all these people. I've mentioned it before. I'm not going to go into that. It's I'm right, you're wrong, blah, blah, blah. Everybody has a voice and everybody's shouting as loud as they can, but nobody's listening and nobody's actually getting the message from this, that it's basically that, hold on, we need to come together if we're ever going to have peace, or we're ever going to kind of help humanity in some way. So as we go into Taurus, Taurus is an earth sign. This is saying get grounded, okay? Get grounded. Anything that you have been doing that has been detrimental to you, that is, these escape mechanisms, whether it's drink, whether it's drugs, whether it's sex, whether it's overworking, whether it's, God knows what, whatever you do to excess, to escape, is not going to help you at this moment, okay? You've got to feel it. And what is happening here, this is a massive shift. This is showing us a little bit of what we can have for the next couple of years. And Taurus I love Taurus, okay? I really love Taurus, and I've got a real thing. Taurus guys are just like, there is something about their energy, whether it's friendship or whatever, there is something about that energy that I feel completely safe. And it's bizarre, how the presence can, and I think it's this groundedness, so Taurus is very, very, it's safe, okay? It's safe, it's strong, it knows who it is, what it's doing. It's earthy, Okay, it's like it's not scared to get its hands dirty. And like I say, it can be fierce, but only if aggregated. They're saying there. Well, aggregation is what you do with the land, isn't it? So that's quite interesting that we're almost sowing the seeds at this moment. Or they're saying there, pulling the seeds out, getting rid of the weeds. It's not about the seeds. So this is what we're doing. This darkness that we're going into, this pain that we're feeling, is actually going to allow us to have our freedom and to grow more than we have ever grown before. Okay? So this is what they're saying. Please bear with me, because I know that this sounds like, the rantings of a mad woman or something, but they're speaking to me as we do this. So this is saying to us that when we realize that the world has really changed, okay? We've all been talking about it and back to the new normal, and I don't want to repeat myself, but this is where it's changing. And we need to realize that, this is all just a fucking game, and we are choosing what game to play. So if we want to carry on and, oh yeah, I'm this person or whatever, then that's what we'll get dealt. We'll go along with them rules. But we can actually make the rules here. We don't have to follow them. And they're showing me there, it's almost like, remember when Clark Kent would go into the phone box and then he became Superman? This is it. We've got a chance to change our character. We've got a chance to change the script. And we've got a chance to change our story. But first, we've got to go back and feel that pain. It's like this is a big boss in a video game that we've got to fight. Okay? And, if you remember, I don't know why they're showing me Street Fighter there, and it was, which weapon do you choose? And all of this, and you would kick shit out of people on it. And this is kind of what's being done to us. But this Taurus is saying, no, this is the one that just stands up and people go, whoa, I don't even want to mess with that, because of the strength in what you exuberate. Is that a word? Exuberation? So what they're saying here is, when we are strong and grounded and rooted in who we are, then nothing is going to faze us. Now, okay, if anything is upsetting us, if anything is doing, really getting us feeling not good or feeling triggered or whatever, I mentioned in my Instagram video the other day that when somebody triggers us, they're basically pointing the gun at the part of us that needs to be blown up, that needs to be got rid of. Do you know what I mean? Like shot out of the water kind of thing. So they're telling me to tell you about a personal experience that I had recently, okay? So yeah, here it goes. This is the vulnerability, So yes, I was in America, and I was with family, and one night there was something said, and it was quite cruel. It wasn't said in a nice way. It was said from, I believe, a place of judgment, from righteousness, and from cruelty. Now, the stuff that was said was not true. However, there is a part of me that still believed that that was true, okay? So this really, really showed me where I still needed to heal. I was told I'm going to be dead in a few years, that I'm pretty much a mess, that my friends and my loved ones don't love me. They just humor me and put up with me, and that nobody loves me. Now, I know that that is not true, okay? I know that I have amazing people around me that I know love me. But there is still a part of me, this little inner child that was told that when I was young, that still believes that, okay? So this really, really hit hard. And that was what brought the tower down, or everything came crashing down then. All of these walls I built that didn't have solid foundations because I didn't believe that part in myself. It's, yeah, well, I am unlovable. Why would anybody want to love me? I am a mess. I am this, all of this stuff came up, and all of these questions and all of these insecurities and everything that I repressed and done many, many years of work to work on them. They just all came and they hit like a tsunami. There were more things that happened after that, and again, all of these hits, coming to me. And I was broken. I'm at my cousin's house here, and she came and got me, and I was broken. I was like, I can't come back from this. But what I've done, when I was able to sit with it and take my ego away, that ego that was developed from that little child that wasn't loved in the way that she should have been loved, that was dismissed. When I've said to my ego, I don't need you anymore, because it came in like a warrior, yeah, I'm going to keep you safe, cut off from everybody, just run away again, whatever, and you'll be safe. But that was not what needed to be done. I needed to say to this ego, that is not true. And by actually facing this person that said this the following day and going, that is not true. That is not true. I don't believe it. There is something about me that is threatening you. And they admitted it. And they said, well, I don't understand you. I said, but that doesn't give you any reason to attack me. So is this making sense what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I mean, this is a vulnerable shit. I didn't want to come on here and say this. But that showed me where I really, really need to heal. And what I need to do, and what I'm working on so hard, is I don't need that love from other people. Yes, it's nice to have that connection. I love that. I thrive on connection as human beings. We thrive on connection. That is where we feel safe. We need that. I've done round about 15 months solitary, okay? So I'm used to being by myself. But there's still that little bit that when I'm by myself, then I don't have to connect with other people. When I connect with other people, then that's when I could get hurt, So it's really brought a lot of things to the surface with this. And it's been hard. And I'm not just making this about me. I'm saying it so that you can understand, I haven't had a fucking clue these last 2 weeks. What am I doing? How can I do my work? I don't even know where I'm going or whatever. Until I sat with it and I allowed the pain. I got myself a shrink. I was like, right, please, I need help. And I actually said, I need help with this.